Okay, in this video, we're going to go through transfers. So we're logged in as a org administrator, and we're going to come down to transfers. So we press transfer, and this is going to give us a list of all the transfers that our organization has been involved in, whether we have initiated the transfer or whether we are the recipient. So another party could do a transfer to us. We would then see that in here. So just like all the other tables, we have the ability to output this information. We can press the PDF button, and what it will do is it will output it as a PDF file. So you can click on it, and all the information here in a PDF file. You can do the same thing by pressing Excel or CSV to output, so you can have it in a spreadsheet that you may want to manipulate. Okay, the main part of coming in here, let's take a look at some transfers. So the control numbers are hyperlinks. So what we're going to do is we're going to select this one here, and what we can see is, okay, we can see that we are the transferring party, and the receiving party is freight forwarder 3. We can also click on show signatures. So we can see that Zach Wilson, this is his signature, and he's from freight forwarder 3. And this is our information on this side. We can see the ULD involved is here. We can see the ULD support equipment is here. We can also click on show, and we can see any pictures that are associated with when the mobile app was used to do the transfer that was captured. Normally it's going to be used to capture OCR, so you should normally see at least one picture. Especially if they're using OCR, you're going to see at least one, but you may see additional pictures. So we can click on View UCR. When we do, we see, okay, it's the UCR format. This is us over here on the left-hand side. And on the right-hand side is the transferring party, or the receiving party. So we're the transferring party, this is the receiving party. And just following the normal ULD format, you can see we have all the information in here, and here's the ULD ID, here's the support equipment, and at the bottom, here's the signatures. Now we also had a place where we made a remark. In this case, we made the remark single pallet. So it's just one single pallet that was being transferred. Okay, so let's go back and take a look at the next one. So we're going to come back to here, and we're going to select the next one. Now this one, we can see there's many pallets. So it's like 6 pallets are being transferred in this case because they're all PMC. So in this case, the receiving party is us, and we're again transferring out to this time freight forwarder 1. We click on show signatures. We can see Tommy Boy signed here, and this is our signature. Again, we see the information here, and we can view the images. If we click on show images, we can see this was big pallet stack, and even though none of these are damaged, the mobile app user, when they're doing the transfer, they can still take extra pictures. There's nothing stopping them. You don't have to just take pictures because there's damage. So if they wanted to, they might want to take an extra picture to highlight something, and that's fine. So when you select View UCR, in this case, you're going to see 6 here. And because it's a pallet stack, we only show the ULD support equipment on the first one. Okay, the rest of the information here you can see in my remarks, we put pallet stack. So the mobile app user was providing some additional information. So we come back, we go back to the listing. Now we're going to select this one. And this one, we are again the transferring party. This time we're transferring to freight forwarder 3. And this time we can see that there's AKEs, and so now these are containers that are being transferred. Now we can see the first one's serviceable, the second one's damaged, says it has some corner damage. The next one's serviceable, this one's damaged, it has a damaged rail. So if we click on show, this is going to show us a bit more information. So now we can see as containers, each container is taken a picture of, and if it's damaged, then the mobile app user has the opportunity to take a picture. So if I select on this, you can see that it now opens in its own window. And I can use the right and the left arrows to scroll through the pictures. to see, to have a look. I don't have to go to each one. And now let's say that this damage was significant. We wanted to tell somebody, wanted to send a picture of it. We can right click, we can save this image, and you could then email it to another party or an interested party to show them that the damage happened. But you can do this to every picture that's in here. Any picture in here, you can right click and save the image. Okay, so if we click on View UCR, again, we can see all four, and we have two of them that are marked as damaged, and we can see the note from the mobile app user was containers 4 total with 2 damaged, and again, the signatures are down here. Now, another feature is you can also print out the UCR. You don't just have to view it here. You can save it as a UCF, you can send it to your printer, and you now are capable to email it to whichever party you like. Okay. So let's go back to at this point. Now, let's say that there is a transfer. We want to do a transfer. The mobile app user isn't doing it. We need to do this manually. So we can click on this button here, Add Transfer. We press Add Transfer. We can then choose whether it's an inbound or outbound. You see, if I choose outbound, then it will say who's the receiving party. If I select inbound, then it will say who's the transferring party. Well, let's do this one inbound. As soon as we do it, the date and time is at the time that we are right now using GMT, and then we say the transfer point. Okay, so if we say Amsterdam, then we come down to select the organization, and what it will do is it will show us all of the airlines that have operations at this airport, as well as any freight forwarders. So in this case, we could choose that it's going to go to ULD Air 2, and we can type manual transfer here. Now, this is where we need to add in the information associated with the ULDs that are being transferred. So let's go and say it's AKE, and we'll say it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And the last two is ZZ, and I'm going to say this is serviceable, no damage, and I might say there was 1 net and 2 straps and 3 fittings. Now I want to add more. I can select that, or it creates a new row. I can continue to do this process. Okay, so now let's say the next one's a PMC. I select that, and let's say it's 90890. And this time it is 2C. And we select 2C, and again we say it's serviceable. This time we say there's a fire cover and 5 straps. Okay, once all the information's been entered that we want to do the manual transfer, we hit transfer button, and that transfer is complete, and it's right here at the top. We select on it. We can see that we did this transfer. We are the ones who did it. But there isn't an opposing signatory because there was nobody else. We did it manually. We can still see the ULDs are here. If we click on show, there's no images to show, but we can view the UCR, and we can print this out. But again, we won't see the transferring party's signature as it was a manual transfer that we initiated. Okay, well, that is it for transfers. Check out the other videos for information on other topics. Thanks.